Hi everyone, this is my Windows Phone 8. It's an HTC 8X. And this is my car stereo, and attached to it, underneath that panel, I have a Bluetooth wireless receiver, and then underneath that panel, I have a wireless charger for the phone. And now it's time to test out to see if the NFC works. So we'll see if it asks me to pair the Bluetooth. And there it goes. I'll hit pair. We can also test out the wireless charging. Put it right down here. And there it goes. So this is my center console in my car. And I'm going to install up here in the dash this little micro USB powered Bluetooth receiver, and also has NFC built in, which is really going to be nice when I need to connect new phones or if somehow mine becomes unpaired. Because I'm mounting this under the dash, I won't be able to access this nice little Bluetooth connect button. So this thing has micro USB power and then an auxiliary output, which is basically a headphone jack. And what I'm going to do, I've already run the wires, but basically it has a stereo plug for the output of the Bluetooth, and then a micro USB charging cable. And I'm going to take the Bluetooth and I'm going to tape it with double-sided tape up on the underside of this panel, stick it back on, hope it's in close enough proximity for NFC to work. The setup is this right here is a wiring harness from my car that I was able to use a diagram to figure out what it was, but basically the wire I'm plugging into here is it's a voltage triggered by when the ignition's on. So normally it's at 0, but if I have the ignition on, which I do now, it's pumping 12 volts out of this, and then I have that running to a kill switch so that I can kill the charging, or actually this fuse box, whenever I need to, just in case something happens. I can kill it, turn it off, that way worst case nothing shorts out. But basically just a safety precaution. I'll switch it back on. This is a 12 volt relay, and this is really nice because it allows me to use smaller gauge wires hooked up to this this source. But I use smaller gauge wires hooked up to this, and then I have this red wire right here running straight to my battery, which is a thicker gauge. And what's really nice about this is I don't have to worry about this charger running down my battery if I park at the airport for over a week or so, because whenever it has 12 volt power from this, when my ignition's on, flips this relay. The relay then provides power through the output, which goes to this little fuse box. And I have the charger hooked up to a 1 amp fuse right here, and then I'm going to be plugging in some other accessories. So I don't have those hooked up right now, but basically it just goes 12 volt here, 12 volt output with 1 amp fuse, just in case something happens with the wireless charger. It'll bust that fuse, so I don't have to worry about anything shorting out. And how I found that out was I looked at the bottom of my wireless charger, and it said it was 12 volts at 1 amp, so that's how I easily found that out. And then hooked these up to ground. That fell out just now. That was hooked up to ground. And then I actually I glued in my wireless charger into my center console here. It looks kind of ghetto because it's hot glue, but I basically cut the cord for my Nokia wireless charger, and then I soldered together, somewhere in here, I soldered the wires onto the OEM cable. Positive and negative. Positive goes to the fuse box, and that's how it works.